What is up, gang? Welcome back to my kitchen. We are live again with our Fresh Start program. Me and Laura's Lane are teaming up to make eating healthy and getting fresh food on the table for your family super easy and quick. So this week we are in week 2. I am here in Kentucky. We got a fresh winter coat of snow. So I'm super excited about our 2 recipes that we're going to be doing today because they're going to be perfect to keep you warm on these chilly nights to come for the week. So we've got a southwestern chili that's going to be super yummy, and then an Italian beef with tons of veggies. And what I love about these 2 recipes is they're packed loaded with Laura's Lane's premium fresh quality beef. We're going to be using the 96% lean beef in this product because the lean works so well in like soups and stews. So I'm going to talk more about that. Also, what I love about these recipes is they're very similar. So we can use some of the same ingredients at the same time. And I'm going to teach you at the end how you can cook one to eat this week, and then how you can cook one to save for later. So even though the recipes sound a little bit the same, we're gonna eat one this week and then we're gonna freeze the other one to eat at a later time. So this is what I love about meal prep and meal planning. Let's cook now for food to eat in the future. We did intend to do a chicken recipe with one of our soups today. Guys, did you know that Laura's Lane has chicken? Yes, I'm so excited about this. We're going to be doing a chicken recipe next week, so be sure to tune in. All their chicken is located on their e-commerce site. So we've got a special promotion that we're going to be offering you next week for their chicken. It ships for free. We're going to give you a little discount. So you're definitely going to want to tune in for that. But we decided to go with the chili this week instead of one of our chicken recipes because we have a sweet deal coming up with Target next week. Download the Cartwheel app. Your local Target will have Laura's Lane available for 10% off. So that's awesome. They've got a huge chili promotion going on. So we're going to be making a chili so that you can grab your Laura's Lane on promotion at Target next week, and you can make this chili recipe yourself. So let's get started. Now, I know all of you got one of these bad boys for Christmas, didn't you? I bet you did. And I bet some of you have not even begun to use it. So this is an Instapot. There's a lot of different versions out there. We call it a, is it a pressure cooker? I don't know. It's not a slow cooker. But actually what people don't realize about something like the Instapot is that it does everything. It's a slow cooker. It's a pressure cooker. You can saute. So that's what I love. It's kind of like a one-pot deal. So I'm going to go ahead and get our chili started in our pressure cooker, and then I'll go on to our Italian beef soup. So I've got a little bit of avocado oil that I'm using to coat this. I'm using the saute button down here at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and brown my beef. I'm going to saute my onions and my carrots and my garlic, and then I'm going to pour all the ingredients in, and then we'll switch it to a slow cooker and let it simmer over time. So I'm going to go ahead and start with some onions. The thing that I love about, again, this recipe is look at all this color. Oh my gosh, I'm all about adding a ton of color to your diet. The more color, the better. Because the more color your food has, the more nutrition it has. So that's gonna be great. So I've got my onion sauteing. I love these little packs of garlic. I'm all about convenience. Again, this is all about getting food on the table quick. So these little packs of garlics, they're already peeled, they're already ready to go. And I just have to quickly kind of chop it up to get those really nice chunks of fresh garlic in my recipes. So that comes together super quick and easy. So I'm going to add that. The purpose of sauteing your garlic and your onions kind of before you actually add the liquids is it's really going to enhance the flavor of these products. So it really makes them a lot more flavorful. So I'm going to add some of that. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of the celery that I have all chopped up. Again, it's just going to add extra flavor to that. And then once I have that sauteing for about 2 to 3 minutes, I'll go ahead and incorporate my the ground beef, the super lean ground beef. So sometimes, you know, last week I showed you how I browned up that ground beef. And what I love about Laura's lean is that it is just so lean. Like there's no juices to really drain off. You'll notice in the recipes, I put like drain off excess juice if applicable, because I know that if you're using Laura's product that it's gonna be minimal runoff. But sometimes we get a little feedback that the 96% is a little dry. And one of the ways to kind of offset that is to use the super lean cuts of beef in soups and stews, things that are gonna have that extra moisture. Dryness is not gonna be an issue. So you've got to get out your meat chopper. I love this. So I've heard from Laura's Lean's team, and I think these are in production. They're gonna be green with like the little label on them, because every kitchen needs this tool. So check this out. I'm gonna bring my Hunter, my cameraman, over here. So again, see how this Instapot, any kind of like pressure cooker, it's just gonna go ahead and saute that beef right up. So we're gonna get that nice and brown before we get anything started. So it's gonna be one less pan that I have to kind of worry about. So I'm gonna let that kind of brown up a little bit and get that started. I'm gonna go ahead and start thinking about my soup. I already have, again, we're doing kind of the same thing over here in my Dutch oven. You could use a big soup pan, but I'm just sauteing my onions. Now over here, because you know I love convenience, I love this kind of pre-minced, ready to go garlic, so I just squirted some of that in there and got that going really quickly. Okay, so in my Italian beef, we're gonna be doing the onion, we're gonna be doing the garlic, we're gonna be adding some carrots into this, so we're gonna saute as much of these veggies just to really bring out the flavor. I've even got some of you'll notice that I even have some of the leaves from the celery, because I love to use it all. Oh, this is gonna be so yummy. And these are great to, again, since they have similar ingredients, they're gonna be a different flavor. Your chili's obviously gonna be spicy and a little bit, spicy. And then your Italian beef is gonna be a little bit more with those Italian flavors like oregano and basil are gonna be in there. So we're gonna saute those up. Now I went ahead and browned up the beef for my Italian beef, because I was trying to make my little segment a little bit quicker than last week so you'd stay around. But again, look at this. I have not drained out anything. The beef is really nice and lean. We're using that super lean 96%. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to drain it. There's no grease in there. So we're gonna add that directly to this Italian meat. Look at that. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, all those colors, all that flavor. I wish you could smell it. We need smell-o-vision so you can smell that. So we're gonna go ahead and just add our beef in there and get that cooking. All those flavors are gonna kind of mix together. It's gonna be super yummy, super yummy. Okay, woo, here we go, look at this. I don't know how to not get your little hand to keep turning here. But all the beef is cooking up with those onions and it's actually not very hot, so you can kind of touch the top. With the peppers and the celery that's in there. I think I accidentally put celery in the chili, but you know what I love about that? I don't think the chili called for any celery, is that I am all about putting tons of veggies in everything. And once this chili kind of cooks down, you're probably not even gonna notice that there was celery in it. So, whoopsie. But I do love to add carrots to everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate this dish. I know this chili, I know, people are like, who puts carrots in their chili? I do. Wait, are there carrots in? Yes! I love putting carrots in there. Then we're gonna add our peppers. So you can use really any color pepper. I've got red peppers. Your red peppers and your yellow peppers are a lot sweeter. Your green peppers are a little bit more tart. Maybe that's the word. I don't know if tart's the right word, but I like to mix them together and do a little bit of each. Oh, again, you guys, look how much color. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna put them all in there. It's gonna be very chunky. I like lots of chunky veggies in all of my soups and chilies and things like that. So this is like a southwestern chili, so we're even gonna add a little bit of the corn in there. So all of these are gonna kind of come together, and then we're gonna incorporate all of our sauces. Look at this. Come check this out, Hunter. Look how beautiful that looks. All those color, all those vitamins and minerals. I'm telling you, this is the easiest way to incorporate more veggies into your family's diet. Okay, so this is coming together. Look how yummy that looks. We've got our celery and our carrots. This is our Italian beef. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, so then we're gonna add our tomatoes. So we've got some canned tomatoes over here with our Italian beef. Super simple. This one, you could even buy the tomatoes with the, with the Italian seasoning in them. I bet that would be really good. Then we've got some tomato sauce. I'm just gonna give it that nice kind of soupy feel. Oh yes. Add that in there. And then it calls for a ton of Italian spices. And I am all about, I listed them out individually. So if you have all those individual spices, you can do that. That's an option. But I also have like this Italian spice mix that you may too, that is so much easier to use. So I'm just gonna use some of this. I've got a little garlic. We're gonna add the beef broth. This one has beef broth. Our chili has chicken broth, and then we're good. This is just gonna simmer for a while. See, I'm horrible. Everyone's always like, what, how much did you use of that? But I did make a recipe, so follow the recipe, but I love to just eyeball it. Look at that, so beautiful. It smells so good. Then we're gonna add a little bit of the kidney beans that go in there. Yes, it's got kidney beans and a little water and a little beef broth, and then this one's gonna be good to go. So we'll let this simmer. The longer you let it simmer, kind of the better. The flavors will really kind of melt together. So I'm gonna try to let it simmer for at least 45 minutes to an hour, but honestly, it'll be ready to eat in about 20 to 30 minutes. So if you get super impatient, you can go ahead and grab some. I will check on it to make sure that the water level doesn't get too low, because obviously as it cooks, the moisture will come out. I'll add some of that water in there. Oh, look at this. Come look at this, Hunter. Doesn't that look so yummy? Oh, this one, also, I'm gonna add the cabbage. Again, tons of fiber here. This is gonna really fill you up. All the beans and the cabbage with the ground beef. Remember, I talked about it last time. You gotta have good protein in order to fill you up and keep you full. You wanna have sources of good fiber to fill you up. So this soup is the best combination of like tons of veggies with that protein source. We love animal protein because it's a complete source of protein. So this one is just I'm gonna bring it to a little bit of a boil, and then once that gets boiling, we'll get started. Okay, so once you've got everything sauteed in your Instapot, we will turn the saute button off. It actually has a chili option, so chili. So we'll go ahead and start this. Oh, chili. And then basically all I'm gonna be doing with this is adding my beans. So I've got more beans that are going into this. And then I'm gonna add my tomatoes. So I've got some, I love everything spicy. I made those, Swedish meatballs last weekend, and we cooked them up and ate them that night. And I think that they needed just a little hint of heat. So I added some, what did I add? I can't even remember. Oh, I had some of that sriracha ranch to it. It was really good. It was really good. I've got some tomatoes. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look how super chunky and yummy all of that is. I really feel like, because you know me, I'm just dumping stuff in there. I probably could add even more ground beef to this. I only did the 1 pound, but this would, since I'm making it so big, I could probably do 2. I've got some more canned tomatoes that we're gonna add to that to give it that nice kind of soupy effect. Then we're gonna add that chicken broth. We're gonna add that. And then again, this is just gonna cook up. I'm gonna cover this and let it cook up. But I wanna show you real quick, before we jump off, what I do to save these for a while. And then I've got all my seasonings right here into a nice little chili seasoning that I'll do. I'm gonna mix that up and then I'm gonna stick the lid on it. Oh, look at me. I'm such a mess. And again, that's what I said last week, is that I love to meal prep on the weekend. I love to like get my kitchen super dirty once a week, and then I'm gonna clean it up, and I'm not gonna have to get my kitchen this dirty ever again for the week to come. So that's a huge positive in there. So I'm gonna actually put a little bit more of this in there. Perfect. Ooh, that looks so yummy. And then grab my little Instapot lid, put this on, and let it cook up. Yeah, turn my little vent. I'm gonna seal that. It's not gonna actually pressure cook that, but it'll be good. Again, I'm gonna cook this. This is 30 minutes, but I may add another cycle to cook it a little bit more. But let me talk to you about these mason jars, okay? Because now I'm gonna come out of this meal with a huge pot of soup over here. And add more of that cabbage because it's just gonna be really good. I mean, obviously this amount of soup would feed my family forever. I'm gonna have a big thing of chili here. So what I love to do, typically whenever I'm making like soups or chilies, I typically always double the recipe, okay? Because you guys know how much I love mason jars. So I pull these right out of my freezer. And to show you what I do. So basically, again, I recommend the wide mouth jars versus the small mouth. See how different they are? Yeah. These are a little bit harder to get everything in. These are a lot easier. So I've had a lot of people contact me and say, how did you get everything in the mouth of the jar? You got to get the wide mouth jar. So, and I buy the big ones. And then basically all I do is fill. So this is like a lentil soup. I know you can't see it because it's kind of frosted over, but I've got tons of lentils and stuff in here. But you see how I leave this margin at the very top? And it gives the soup room to expand in the freezer. This is one of my chickens. I think this is my dump soup. It's so yummy. It's just like you dump a bunch of stuff in there and it's good to go. But again, I've left this kind of small area at the very top to allow it to expand. I get a lot of questions about, don't they break? Like, don't the mason jars break in your freezer? And I probably have only had maybe 2 break on me, and it's always 100% because I put too much at the top. So typically if I allow that kind of space for it to expand, it's really good. But I'll say the ones that broke, they kind of just cracked, and there's still holes, so I just picked it up, threw it in the trash can. It really wasn't a big deal. But what I'll do is I have literally a freezer full of these. Like, I gotta stop. Like, I need to use what's in the freezer. And what I'll do is at the night before, so let's say I'm gonna use this for lunch tomorrow, I'll grab this out of the freezer, I'll stick it in my refrigerator. By tomorrow morning, it's kind of like half defrost, but by tomorrow, by lunch, it's pretty much completely defrosted and we're good to go. So again, I can make up 4 or 5 of these, keep them in the refrigerator. Typically what I will do is I will go ahead and put, oh, this is boiling. Oh, it's gonna be so, I'm gonna add a little bit more water to that. Get that down to a simmer. But typically what I'll do is I'll stick them in the refrigerator for 3 days, and then if for some reason they don't get pulled, they don't get eaten, I throw them in the freezer. So nothing goes to waste. So this is like one of my favorite meal prep ideas. Last week we did that taco salad, that mason jar taco salad. I loved seeing you guys make those this week. They're so good. You gotta tag me, you gotta tag Laura's Lean. We wanna see what you're making, all those salads that you're making. If you make this week, if you do this mason jar challenge, please tag Laura's Lean, tag us. We wanna see what you guys are doing. Hashtag the Fresh Start campaign with Laura's Lean, all of that stuff. We wanna see you guys making these recipes. But jump over to the website. That's where you're gonna find the recipes for this week. We've got the Southwestern chili and the Italian beef and veggie. Print those off, give them a go this weekend. Super snowy outside. It's the perfect weekend to dive into these two recipes. Don't forget, while you're there, check out the store locator so you can find a store in your area that carries Laura's Lane. But remember, Target, it's got that huge deal going on next week. Starts Monday, I'm pretty sure. Monday in the Cartwheel app. You get 10% off Laura's Lane. They've got a big chili challenge going on. You may even be able to find all your chili ingredients on sale. So check out Target for the week to come. And then, yeah, we'll be back next week. We're gonna be making chicken. So I'm super excited to highlight their chicken product. You're gonna get a special code and discount to order that off their e-commerce site. Get it shipped to your door for free. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you liked it. I hope you love these two recipes as much as I do. If you make them this week, be sure to let us know. Tune in next Sunday at 3 p.m. We'll be right back here with 2 more delicious recipes. If you found this information beneficial, I encourage you to use that share button below and share it with your friends and family so they can see it too. Have an amazing week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.